Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Unexpectedly, an apology has been issued to XRP community members for untrue claims made by developers of meme coin XR Doge, which is on the XRP ledger. And these claims were pretty vicious. In fact, there were claims of malicious behavior, criminal activity, and blackmailing on the part of reputable members of the XRP community. I made a video covering this. I believe it was on March 12th. If you want to go check it out, in the thumbnail I used the words criminal and malicious because it just stood out to me so much. These claims could be made. And there was even a YouTube video that was put up by the XR Doge team, 12-minute video making these wild claims. And I watched the whole video, and by the end of it, I was just in stunned disbelief. I was like, there's no evidence from here. There's just a bunch of people saying stuff, and I do not know why, and it does not make sense. So now I have a bit of an answer from the XR Doge team, and there's been a shakeup in terms of leadership there, and an actual full written apology for all this. And all these claims that were made, they have now admitted they're completely bogus, so I've got a happy little update video. And you know what? Credit where it's due. You don't normally see apologies like this, like on interwebs, on social media, so we'll take what we can get. And also, as far as it pertains to XR Doge itself, think what you will of it. I'm not saying bad or good things about the project. I don't know a ton about the project itself. I'm aware that it's a meme coin. It's designed just to be a fun thing. But I will say this. The people that were making these claims, it's the very bad claims, my understanding is that all of them are gone at this point. That's my understanding anyway. Also, I want to cover something else with you that I found fascinating. As many of you know, the XRP ledger, created back in 2012, about 10 years old at this point, has the world's first ever decentralized exchange built right into the blockchain. Now, why did the creators build it? What was the intended purpose of it when it was built a decade ago? Well, David Schwartz, who is of course co-creator of the XRP ledger and Ripple's CTO, he explained this in some new comments. So plenty to talk about. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So let's go ahead and start with this. And I don't want to read the article that's on your screen, other than just a few sentences from it, and then I want to get into the comments from David Schwartz. But this is an article from Reuters titled US SEC warns brokers to remain vigilant to market and counterparty risk. And I came across this thanks to XRP community member Moonchaser. She shared this all up on the Twitters and wrote, "The irony of this SEC warning." Talking of counterparty risks, have they heard of the counterparty-free digital asset native to the decentralized open source public XRP ledger called XRP? And it's a pretty good question. Take a look at this. In a rare public warning, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Monday told broker-dealers and other market participants to remain vigilant to market and counterparty risk amid heightened volatility and global uncertainties. The agency urged broker-dealers to closely monitor counterparty risk, collect margin or collateral from counterparties to the fullest extent possible, and stress test their positions. Aren't you thankful that indeed there are decentralized cryptocurrencies without counterparty risk, and you can just hold them and you don't have to worry about somebody with some sort of ill intent at the center of all of it just viciously manipulating the price and this and that? Isn't it nice that such technology now exists thanks to the inception of Bitcoin, which started this entire asset class? Isn't that a beautiful thing? Isn't it great that XRP fits the bill on this? And it's functionally useful, no less, in enterprise-grade software? Well, Moonchaser then wrote in a separate tweet, "It's all about being a counterparty-free and neutral digital asset. The modern global payment system needs XRP." Now on that front, I could not agree more. And then she shared this thread from Ripple CTO, co-creator of the XRP ledger, David Schwartz, and he kind of gets into some of the specifics surrounding the utility of the decentralized exchange that's built into the XRP ledger, which is not something that gets brought up enough. Haven't you ever wondered, like, why is it there? How is it functionally useful? I understand how it is today, but I mean, like, I'm talking like back in 2012. Like, what was the vision? Like, what could it have possibly done? And it is neat to see what's being done today, and how, and they couldn't have foreseen this a decade ago. But NFTs, for example, it looks like there could be a promising future for NFTs thanks to the fact that there's a built-in decentralized exchange. So I get it. There's all sorts of potential for it today, but it's just neat to know that there's all sorts of use cases. Anyway, here's what David Schwartz had to say. The XRP Ledger decentralized exchange now supports USDC, USDT via GateHub. By the way, I'll just pause to note, I did cover that in a recent video. Cryptocurrency exchange GateHub now does have those two stablecoins, USDC and also Tether, on the platform. It's traded, excuse me, on the XRP Ledger, because it has a built-in decentralized exchange. And then David says, and the first euro-backed stablecoin is soon to come via Stasis now. Let's check out the benefits of support offered for stablecoins on the XRP Ledger. Many of XRP Ledger's core features, such as the world's first decentralized exchange, have been available since 2012. These features are extremely mature and functional, making it an ideal platform for stablecoin issuers to issue/manage assets of all kinds. All they need to do is create an issuing account and set configuration options for the account and the particular stablecoin. That's it. The XRP Ledger's native token functionality makes this possible. Built for payments, the XRP Ledger allows counterparties, financial institutions, central banks, governments, the ability to fully settle transactions cheaply in just a few seconds. And so I'll pause to note here, even though it wasn't quite clear, even by David Schwartz and the other two that created XRP and the XRP Ledger, it wasn't clear what XRP would be used for. They thought the technology was neat. They thought loosely it could be used for something having to do with payments, and so as a result, they were just looking to build a better version of Bitcoin. That's it. There was no guarantee that this asset, once issued, would have any sort of actual real-world usage or value or even open market price really associated with it. And so it's amazing that you fast forward less than a decade out and look at where things have come. It's been in the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap for its entire life, despite being under attack for over a year now, the SEC coming after it. It's just amazing what the degree to which this has been adopted and actually functional and useful, solving real problems for real people. And then David Schwartz wrote, this assurance eliminates overnight and business risks for financial institutions in particular. Such counterparties are why one universally agreed upon stablecoin is highly unlikely. There are a few reasons for this, but mainly because stablecoins have an issuer as the counterparty that does not allow them to interoperate across payment networks and jurisdictions. Neutral, counterparty-free digital assets like XRP solve this problem by acting as a bridge that allows payments to be settled quickly and efficiently without needing any trusted central intermediary. Look, I've said this so many times, but it's always worth repeating as far as I'm concerned. As long as you see XRP to continue to get adopted and be increasingly useful to people, like, is there really a reason to be scared? Even if the price is going down, because understand that the utility of something is not immediately reflected in the price, the global price in this case of XRP. It just isn't. Markets are immature right now. But do you have a theory similar to mine that utility matters and will win the day? Because that's what I believe. Doesn't mean I'm right. But what the hell? Crypto's just going to exist forever, and it's like where money flows isn't ultimately going to get to those cryptocurrencies that are useful for people. It's not. You don't think that's going to happen? Of course it's going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, it's about as close to 100% certainty as possible. Not a guarantee, but come on. Like, what the hell else does the landscape look like then? You tell me. Now back into this stuff having to do with the XR Doge team. I'll tell you this. After I watched that 12-minute video, I responded in the comment section. Thankfully, that video has been taken down now, but in the comment section, I shared what I wrote in that last video where I was talking about this. I said, you guys got to take this. I'm paraphrasing. I said, you guys got to take this video down. But you guys weren't even curious enough humans to just go ask the people that you're accusing, what's going on. And what was at the heart of this? Well, it started with Matt Hamilton claim. This is the first piece I saw. There were claims against Ripple employee Matt Hamilton, who, by the way, has been in the community for at this point, probably somewhere around 5 years. And he's only been a Ripple employee for a little over a year at this point. And so, but before that, he was just a member of the XRP community who really thought the tech was neat. And for the vast majority of the time, he's actually been running a bot. And running a bot that buys and sells and, creates liquidity, that's a good, healthy thing for open markets. It just is. Decreasing the spread. But his bot, and he's publicly stated this, and you can see the transactions on the ledger, it's not doing anything malicious. It's buying, but it's also selling. It's doing both. And so the claim was that his bot was running the price of XR Doge into the ground. There was no evidence for this. And so there's a gentleman named Daniel, and his thread's on your screen right now. I'm not going to read this thing. I covered this in the last video. But his thread, you can look this up if you want the specifics, he went into great lengths. Here, I'll just scroll through so you can see how much he wrote. He actually created spreadsheets documenting the transactions, showing, hey, there's really nothing malicious going on here, which just verified that what Matt Hamilton was saying was true. And again, he's with the project Casino Coin, which is also on the XRP ledger. He's like, yeah, I'm not seeing anything bad here. So if you're going to continue with the claims, you need to bring some evidence here. Bring some damn evidence. And I don't really want to go through all the specifics of what was said. Some of it's on your screen right now. You can pause if you want to look at some of it. I've already covered it though. I'm just kind of pulling it up as a refresher. If you want to pause, go ahead and take a look at it, or check out my last video where I was talking about this from March 12th, I think it was. But just horrendous claims of criminal activity and blackmail and this and that, just crazy out there stuff with literally no evidence. And so it got to the point where the community was talking about it pretty widely. And so, of course, I was going to address this, and I was just like, guys, if there's any evidence, yeah, of course, fine, bring it out. But I've seen zero. I've just seen a bunch of really major claims, really harming people's personalities here, and I don't like seeing that. So I was pushing back against all of this nonsense. And so then there was this ultimately today. The XR Doge, just their official Twitter account here, they issued the following apology. And so, hey, look, what they did, they should not have done, but it looks like the people that were most guilty, as far as I know, they're gone. And just seeing an apology in this day and age on social media, take what I can get. Now, of course, I'm not the one that had the name dragged through the mud with all these crazy claims, but it's also true that now the people at the project, as long as what they're saying is true, all the people that made the crazy claims, they're no longer associated with it. So now, if you hate XR Doge, like, you're hating people that hate those people that are no longer with the project did what they did. So it doesn't really make logical sense, I don't think, anyway. But we can respectfully disagree if you feel differently. That's fine. Either way, I think that the brand was harmed. To whatever degree that can be done with XR Doge, this isn't good. But the fact that there's an apology, that's a move in the right direction. So this was the right move for them. But the apology's on your screen, and it reads as follows. XR Doge would like to extend our sincere apologies to Matt Hamilton, Ripple ITNZ, and Weetse Win for the recent video and text accusations that were made against them, and accept that XR Doge was in the wrong. So I'll just pause to note that Matt Hamilton already shared he's the Ripple employee, and then Ripple ITIN.NZ runs a node, and I believe that the node is on the default UNL list that Ripple set up. And then Weetse Wind, of course, very well known in the XRP community. He has created the Sum app, XUMM, and it was funded through Ripple Spring Initiative, which of course since then has been rebranded as Ripple X. So those are the three that were discussed. So you're talking about three individuals that are highly respected and well known in the space for years and years on end. If you're on Twitter specifically, these folks. Like, they're just I haven't met any of them in person. They seem like nice people, and they're contributing in meaningful ways to the community and to the XRP line. That's what I've always seen. So anyway, the apology continues. We also sincerely apologize for the abusive messages that the aforementioned parties, and in some cases their family members, have suffered as a result of these claims, which we recognize that no one should have to endure, and we regret deeply. Changes within the structure of XR Doge are currently underway following these events, the first of which will see SG, Moonboy, and Yiggy Pop standing down from their roles and leaving XR Doge. Alex and Victoria are taking on the leadership of the project effective immediately. Victoria and Alex are both committed to ensuring that XR Doge continues its mission to be a force for positivity and fun, as well as an advocate for the fantastic attributes of the XRP ledger. We are passionate about ensuring that XR Doge continues to thrive, and an updated roadmap will be released tomorrow. Thank you. And then there was, so then Ripple IT.NZ, who is running the XRP ledger node, read that and responded with the following. Before I can consider your apology, I would ask that the two very serious accusations that were made about me in two of your videos, still publicly available on the internet, are both publicly withdrawn, along with a statement to confirm that both did not happen. And so the claims, and it's on your screen, I don't need to read the whole thing. There are claims that he was blackmailing people and threatened to ruin the project basically the best they could unless specific demands from it. Just crazy accusations, just made up BS, frankly, is what it was. And XR Doge did acknowledge that as well and wrote, additionally, we confirm that we publicly withdraw all the accusations that Ripple IT in NZ blackmailed anyone in the XR Doge team or threatened the project. Both these claims were erroneous. So you don't just accidentally claim somebody blackmailed you, right? So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, good, if there's an apology and all the people that did this, if they're all actually gone, and I don't know how to verify that, if they're all actually gone, okay, but why did this happen in the first place? So I wrote to XR Doge, and I said the following. Nice to see this public apology, but can you please explain why these vicious lies were blasted across social media in the first place? What was the motive? And XR Doge did respond to me and wrote the following. Very fair question, Matt. At the time, the founders truly were convinced what they were claiming was true. Having worked closely with them the last few months, I can say they may have been very emotionally driven, but they weren't scheming liars. It was a gross error of judgment to make the accusations without taking extra time to verify their accuracy. We hugely regret that this path was taken. We're going to do our best to right the ship. And so there you go. I appreciate their response back. I don't know what else to make of it. I can understand people being upset as the price of their project they've been working on is going into the gutter, but man, that is not an excuse to behave like that, obviously. So you all, I don't know. I'm doing my best to make sense of this. I'm open-minded. You guys tell me what it makes sense to think based on this. I'm curious on everybody else's perspective too. I'm not saying my position is the right one or the only one. I'm just doing my best to make sense of this. But I'm sitting there thinking, it's insane what has happened, but if those people are actually out, then okay. But those people, and Matt Hamilton seemed to be appreciative of the apology even, but I'm just saying if they were still there, it's like, what do you think? What do you think of the project? I don't know how you recover from that. I really, because it was that bad. I think it actually really was that bad. Like those people, seeing those behavior, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't know for sure how I'd respond unless it had happened to me. So I don't blame any of the people that were, accused of this nonsense, whether they accept the apology or not. I don't blame them either way. I really don't.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.